I'm Jay,
We have no ideas.
but we have some theories.
Oh, that's a good one.
Pew pew! That was the handguns. Or, well, finger guns. Anyway,
It was pretty sad.
yeah.
I didn't even see it. I was looking down. I didn't even
Pew,
notice
pew.
it.
Sorry, anyway.
So, I just want to. You guys know that our podcast is obviously called April and Jay Have No Ideas, and I just want to kind of give you a day in the life of what our conversations are like and how we really do have zero ideas is what we're going to talk about. Um, where did I put?
We have
When did
we
we?
have the seed of ideas, but can't seem to we don't have the green thumb to grow those ideas.
Oh, we're using a gardening analogy.
I don't know. I mean, it seemed good to me.
Okay, so today is the 15th.
It is the 15th.
Okay, so on the 12th, Jay and I are texting because we pretty much text daily. And he says to me on the 12th, "What's a good topic?" And I said, "I don't know." And this was at 5:40 p.m.
That's how they always start, by the way. I
What?
always ask what a good topic is, and you always say I don't know. Usually,
Yeah, well,
and that's
um,
not. I'm not pointing blame. I'm just saying between the two of us, this just definitively makes your point that every week we don't know what we're talking about like 5 minutes
yeah.
before the podcast,
So then on the 13th at 11:52 a.m. So we've gone a full day at this point.
and some
I
change.
just I no, it was less than 24 hours because it was the 12th.
Oh, okay.
I
Sorry.
just randomly, and you have to also understand, I never say hello in text messages. That's just not my style. I just start mid conversation with everybody.
Correct.
Um and so I just text Jay with conspiracy theories. Nothing else. Just
I knew
just
exactly what
that.
you were talking about, by the way.
Until 2 hours later, you text me back with Japan, and I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
No, that was we had a download in Japan.
Yes. So hello to
So
our listener in Japan,
whoever downloaded us in England, Japan, and I think Sweden,
Sweden.
thank you. I guess.
Yeah. Hope you're enjoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So I
hope this
mean,
translates well.
it took us a good 18 hours for a seed to even develop. So when we say we have no ideas, we really have no fucking clue.
It's true.
So this week we are going to talk about conspiracy theories because I was homesick most of the week, and so I've just had a lot of time to watch nonsense and think about nonsense. Um, so we asked for we asked for some ideas for conspiracy theories, and I had a couple already in mind, and people kind of had some of the similar ideas.
Right.
Um,
I'm not a big conspiracy theory person, so I'm relying on you here. I'm here
oh,
as the
I
I'm here as the color commentary.
I love a good conspiracy theory. I will preface this by saying right now, um, we are not going to talk about 9/11 or Sandy Hook because those were real tragedies. Where I know people that personally lost people in both of those. So fuck off to those conspiracy theorists.
Yeah. No, we're gonna try to keep this a little lighter, as we always do. Keep it light. Keep
Yeah.
it fresh.
Yes.
Are we gonna talk
So
about the movie Conspiracy Theory, the one with Mel Gibson? Was it Mel Gibson?
I think it was. I hadn't planned on it because I
Oh.
don't like to give him any.
Oh. All right.
He's a Holocaust denier.
I mean, yeah. Well, that's again conspiracy theory from a guy who was in the conspiracy theory movie. Huh? Huh? It's like
Okay.
conspiracy Inception, which was not a movie about conspiracy theories. Sorry, continue.
Okay. So I'm gonna get this one out of the way. What do you know about Freemasonry?
I know that they hid a treasure and a map on the back of the Declaration of Independence. Boom. Everything I need to
Okay.
know, apparently.
Okay. So I
That's
went to a wonderful website. You might know it, the Wikipedia.
It's quite a reputable source of information.
Well, just because I wanted to see like what some of the prevailing Freemason theories there are.
Okay.
Only because the only thing that I know about like the Freemasons is from the Dan Brown books.
Fair enough.
So I
and
went
National
there.
Treasure. You're purposely leaving out National Treasure.
I've never seen National Treasure.
What? I feel like we have to stop this recording right now and go watch this. You've never seen it?
I've never seen it.
Oh,
no.
God, it is just a cinematic masterpiece.
I have a hard time with like post 2002 Nicolas Cage.
No, you got to watch this one. I don't know what it is about it, but it is spellbinding.
Like Gone in 60 Seconds, and that's like my ending of Cage.
No, you got to watch this. You can skip the second one, but you gotta. Yeah, Sean Bean's in it.
Oh. Does he die?
I'm not gonna tell you. Actually, no, he doesn't die. I'll tell you, he doesn't die. No, he's alive the whole movie.
Oh,
and he's the villain.
Well, then I think he's the villain.
Yes.
Okay, I'll find it. I think it's probably on Netflix.
Board.
Okay. All right. So some of the conspiracy theories associated with Freemasonry, are that they overlap with or are controlled by the Illuminati.
Interesting.
And they secretly control many aspects of society and government, and are working to establish the New World Order.
Now, when you say Illuminati, I assume you're referring to Stephen Strange, Tony Stark, and Reed Richards, right?
I am not. Oh. And you're also missing a couple other people in the Illuminati.
It's fine. It made my point.
No, I'm talking about the secret society. And they're given to several groups, including
that make light bulbs.
Yes, they illuminate. Go fuck yourself.
Whoa. Jeez.
Sorry, I'm in a
short fuse tonight. Oh man.
No. One of my friends who listened to the podcast said we have great chemistry, and I go tell you to go fuck yourself.
Yeah, apparently blew that right out of the water. You guys get along so well. Screw you.
No, it's apparently originated from the Bavarians, and I don't know. They basically like control, they control the government and whatnot.
Can I clarify something real quick?
Sure.
So you're telling me that there is a group of powerful people that control everything that originated in Germany.
Yeah.
I just want to throw that out there. That's all.
Wait,
I'm not going to say anything further. Just want to point that out. But go ahead.
So another conspiracy theory is that they are a Jewish front for world domination, or at least controlled by Jews for this goal. Adolf Hitler believed that Freemasonry was a tool of Jewish influence.
Of course.
Let's see. Apparently they're behind income taxes in the United States.
That makes sense.
And groups such as the KKK and the Orange Order, which I don't know who they are.
I'm not quite sure what that is.
I don't know. Are intimately tied to Freemasonry.
Very interesting.
Okay. We also have that they worship Lucifer or Satan.
One or the other, not both.
Well,
Okay.
That they're... Now, this one's good. I like this one. They're occult in nature and worship their own particular god, such as the great architect of the universe.
Okay. Well, he's an architect. That's a noble profession.
Well, that's actually going to come into play in a minute.
Oh.
It is.
I like things that are connected.
Yes. The U.S. was founded by Freemasons.
I knew that from National Treasure.
I knew that from the Dan Brown book.
Gotcha.
Um, and let's see, they interwove symbols into American society, particularly in national seals, streets in Washington, D.C., architecture, and the dollar bill.
The all-seeing
Um,
eye.
yes. Okay, now here's some that also link other things to what we're also going to talk about. They faked the Apollo moon landing.
Okay.
Um,
The Freemasons
ooh,
did.
yes, yes.
Okay, gotcha.
The humanoid reptiles that are behind secret societies
Okay.
um, are part of the Freemasons and the Illuminati.
Okay.
They were behind the murders um, of, let's see, Jack the Ripper.
Okay.
So maybe Jack the Ripper was a Freemason.
Okay.
Um, Roberto Calvi, and the assassination of John F. Kennedy.
Okay. It's all coming
Okay.
together. It's all coming together.
It is. Now, I don't know how much I believe. What I think is true and what's not. However, a colleague of mine, and I'm going to give you his full title.
Are we allowed to do this?
I asked him. He gave me his title and texted it to me too, so that I could.
I don't know if I feel comfortable with this. All right. That's. I mean,
and he says he looks forward to listening to the episode.
Oh God.
So this will be the only conspiracy theory that we quote unquote debunk. Well, maybe that and flat Earth, but we'll talk about that one later.
All right.
I said, "Can I use your name?" He said, "As a matter of fact, let me give you my full title to use."
Okay.
Okay, ready? Right Worshipful Michael Douglas Weisberg, Grand Sword Bearer of the Grand Lodge of the State of New York.
What?
Yes.
That is a powerful title.
He is a Freemason.
Does he have a sword?
I think he might.
I mean, sword bearers in his name. Important information. You didn't.
We'll follow up. He's a huge nerd. You'd love him.
Okay, we'll follow up later. More on this at 11.
So he says during their, induction ceremonies or whatever.
Okay.
The greatest disappointment that you'll face is that none of the things that you read about are true.
Is he gonna get kicked out because of this?
No, because he didn't give me any information that he wasn't allowed to. He said that there are secret parts of their ceremonies, namely like the opening and closing stuff.
Okay.
But it's the same kind of secrecy as any other like fraternity or sorority.
Okay.
And like their rituals.
So you're saying it's mostly beer pong.
He does post a lot of pictures of Bloody Marys.
All right, just checking.
So what they do, they give scholarships to students and raise money for the elderly.
All the front.
They run a substantial facility, the Masonic home in Utica, which is up by me, which runs from like retirement homes, like independent living, assisted living, and nursing care.
Oh yeah, they have some places around here. I had a doctor at one point I used to go to Masonic Care. So yeah, I got ties.
Yes. There also are youth organizations.
Really?
Yes. For boys, it is the Order of Demolay.
I don't like that word.
And for girls, there's two.
I hope that's pronounced differently than we're pronouncing it.
No, I wrote it phonetically.
Oh boy. Okay.
So it sounds like Demolay. I'm sure it's not pronounced that way, or at least not spelt that way.
Okay.
And then for girls, there's two. There's the International Order of Rainbow.
Okay.
And then the International Order of Junior Triangles.
I like it.
And that one, the Junior Triangles, is in reference to the 5 points of the star, which is... So the women's equivalent to the Freemasons is the Order of Eastern Star.
Okay.
Okay. So there is obviously some American history involved. Um, so he said that you can trace it back to Europe in like the 1700s. And so like the basic tenets of masonry are to be honest and fair to each other, brotherhood, truth, mutual aid and assistance. So that's why the founding fathers could trust one another because they were all masons.
Mm.
And haha, here's another one. During the Civil War, when Richmond was taken, the Southern Masonic Lodge was guarded by Southern Masons, and when the North arrived, there was a peaceful changing of the guard with the Northern Masons.
Very interesting.
Isn't it? Um, so the great architect. So part of their order, they encourage Masons to accept men with all beliefs, and they encourage Masons to be steadfast in their own personal religious beliefs, and they refer to deities as either deity or some other non-specific or great architect. Right?
So it's like when you get a job at a big company, they're like, we have healthcare. You can take our healthcare, or you can keep your wife's. If you want
Right.
to do that, that's okay. That's
Exactly.
I like that. That's a good analogy.
And then finally, so I asked him, like, so what are the requirements to becoming a Mason? He
I
said
kind of want to join up.
There's 3. Ready?
Okay.
You got to be a man.
Check.
Got to be of lawful age.
Check.
So, and I said, so what's lawful age? Like 18? He said yes. And the third one, you have to be well recommended.
Oh. I come well recommended in certain circles.
So I said, so basically you have to know somebody. And he said, well, yeah, or there's a program called the North Star Program.
Oh.
For men 18 and up to go to the lodges, meet the brothers, check out masonry, see if it's even something you want to do.
Very nice.
So, if you'd like to become a Freemason,
I think I might. I want to know some secrets.
And you, if you're a brother, you can go to any Masonic lodge in the country and just be accepted as a brother. Like, nice, EJ. Thanks. my wonderful husband standing behind me making faces.
Technically, he was flexing.
He was flexing.
And it was quite impressive. I was impressed.
Yeah, so if you're a brother, you can go to California and go to a Masonic lodge. Be like, hey, dudes, what's up? And they'd be like, hey!
Seriously, I might have to check this out. And if I get in, I will not report back because I am a good secret keeper.
I think you and I are going to have a conversation about that one.
About being a secret keeper or joining the Freemasons?
About keeping the ritual secret from me.
I would have to.
I don't know, Jay.
I'm sure there's some sort of blood contract. You don't take.
We'll never know unless you become a Mason. But maybe I'll become a member of the Order of the Eastern Star.
You very well could. I hope this podcast episode doesn't deter them from letting me in.
Okay. So, did you have any you wanted to talk about, or should I move on to the next one?
I'm relying on you. I'm not a big conspiracy theorist, if you will.
Okay.
So I'm just here for the color commentary.
Okay. JFK and his assassination.
Gotcha.
So when I was in college, I actually took a class on, it was supposed to be like major crimes in U.S. history or something, but it was a criminal justice class. And my professor was obsessed with JFK, and the entire semester was on the JFK assassination and conspiracy theories.
Okay.
So I'm pretty well versed in the different conspiracy theories. And I've watched the Zapruder film a number of times.
The what now?
The Zapruder film.
I don't know what that is.
So there was somebody that was recording the motorcade.
Okay.
On video, and you see like the shots.
Oh yes.
That
grainy, shaky footage. Okay, I've seen that.
Yes, it's called the Zapruder film.
Okay.
Um, and so there was a number of conspiracies regarding, you know, um, if there was a second shooter,
Right.
the man on the grassy knoll. Um, there's a couple. Um,
Okay.
Personally, I think there was a second shooter.
Okay.
Um, just because the gun that Lee Harvey Oswald used was a Carcano, and it was a bolt action rifle.
Gotcha.
Um, and
Not very quick to
only
fire.
only somebody that was super super proficient would be able to fire off two shots in the amount of time that it took.
Okay.
Um, and it's not like it's not an easy gun
Yeah.
it's not an easy gun to reload, and, with the bolt action and whatnot.
Yeah.
Um, so I do think that there was someone else involved, and I also, um, think that it was a larger conspiracy. Um, I think that I go back and forth. Sometimes I think it was the mob, because he did piss off a lot of mobsters.
Okay.
And there was, and his brother was Attorney General, I think Bobby Kennedy was.
Something like that.
Um,
Yeah.
and, he was prosecuting the mob, and I forget which mobster it was, but said you cut off the head of the snake, and, there goes everything. Basically, you kill JFK, and we don't have to worry about Bobby anymore.
Interesting.
What just happened? That was weird. It was my FaceTime. So there are a number of conspiracies. Um, you know, One author estimated that conspiracy theorists have accused 42 groups, 82 assassins, and 214 people by name of being involved in the assassination.
Jeez.
According to a 2013 poll, no less than 62% of Americans believe there was a broader plot beyond just Lee Harvey Oswald.
I mean, has it been solved and they're just not giving us the information?
The official report is that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone, and Jack Ruby was just angry and shot him. But if you know anything about Lee Harvey Oswald,
I do not.
he defected to Russia,
Oh, good.
um, or Cuba. He wanted to denounce his American citizenship, um, and he might have. It's been a long time since I've read about him, but he had some ties to some people. Like, there's a lot of like ties.
Gotcha.
Like, Oswald was at a nightclub where some of these mobsters were, and Jack Ruby was involved, and Oswald was a patsy, and they killed him to shut him up and prevent him from, talking about the broader conspiracy. Um, so some of the conspiracies regarding this would be, that Lyndon Johnson was behind it
Really?
because
Presidential
Kennedy was
conspiracy.
because Kennedy was going to take Johnson's name off the ticket for his reelection campaign.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. So there was that one. Jack Ruby owned the nightclub in Dallas. And he acted alone, as did Lee Harvey Oswald.
Gotcha.
So let's see. So we have the Umbrella Man.
The Umbrella Man.
There's a figure seen mysteriously holding a black umbrella. Some speculated that Umbrella Man had shot a poisoned dart into Kennedy's neck, immobilizing him to allow for Oswald or others to deliver a kill shot.
Oh, yeah, it sounds feasible.
And in Oliver Stone's 1991 film, JFK, it showed the Umbrella Man sending signals to his fellow assailants.
Gotcha.
Let's see. But, let's see. Louis Stephen Witt told the House committee that he brought the umbrella to heckle, not murder the president. So I guess this was the Umbrella Man. I don't really know if I believe him.
I don't believe a man who carries an umbrella.
Like I said, the inside job. So the Zapruder film. They said that if you look at a really bad copy of the film, it looks like the driver reached over his shoulder with a gun and shot Kennedy in the head. But his hands were on the steering wheel the whole time, and it looks different in a good copy.
Oh, of course.
Of the Zapruder film. Like I said, Lyndon Johnson. Also, there's a theory that the CIA was involved.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
The Cubans and the Soviets, which is another pretty big conspiracy. I mean, we had the Bay of Pigs. There was the attempt to kill Castro.
I mean, thank God the X-Men were there to stop it, though. That's all I can say.
The mob, like I said. My favorite, though, is Ted Cruz's father.
You might have to elaborate on that one a bit.
So Donald Trump said that Ted Cruz's father had been spotted with Oswald before the shooting. And that Ted Cruz's father was linked to the JFK assassination. Apparently there was a photo, according to a tabloid, that showed Oswald and Rafael Cruz distributing pro-Castro leaflets in New Orleans in 1963. It was a National Enquirer.
I'm going to leave that one alone.
That's one of my favorite ones about that. It's like so fucking ridiculous, and it was debunked, and yet still,
I'm going to refrain from commenting on that one.
I know we don't talk politics too much, so.
Agreed.
All right. So moving along, one of our listeners, said, lizard people.
Well, we touched on the lizard people, right? They're Freemasons.
Well, no. One of the theories was that the lizard people are Freemasons.
Okay.
But who are the lizard people?
Okay.
So apparently, they're cold-blooded humanoid reptilians who have the power to shapeshift into human form. Okay.
Makes sense. Gotcha.
So there's this New Age philosopher named David Icke, I-C-K-E.
Okay.
And he's a prominent theorist in the lizard people game. These creatures have had their claws in humankind since ancient time, and world leaders like Queen Elizabeth. Now, I'd heard that one before. Queen Elizabeth is a lizard person. George W. Bush.
Gotcha.
The Clintons.
All of them? Like whole family of lizard people?
The whole family of lizard people.
Gotcha.
Bob Hope, which that's a weird one.
Okay.
I'm trying to see who else. There was a bunch of like a lot of A-list celebrities.
A-listers?
Oh, A-listers.
Wow. We're not like C and D listers.
No, we're talking like, I believe, and I could be wrong, but I thought I read Lady Gaga.
I don't think that's.
Let's see.
You're gonna sneak that in everywhere you can, aren't you?
Yeah, probably.
Right. I'm just checking.
So there was a journalist.
Hope we don't get sued when we start making that YouTube money.
What, mispronouncing her name?
Yes.
So there's this journalist who made a handy guide, so we can identify lizard people.
Okay.
They've got green eyes.
Okay.
They have good eyesight or hearing.
Okay.
They have red hair.
Okay.
They have a sense of not belonging to the human race.
Okay.
Unexplained scars on the body.
Okay.
Love of space,
Okay.
like outer space, and low blood pressure. Low blood pressure. But I don't really know how we would be able to check that one.
Well, not for nothing, but if I see a red-haired person with green eyes talking about space, they better follow me into Walmart and head over to the pharmacy because we're gonna get that blood pressure checked.
Oh, also, they have a smile where their bottom teeth show. Their eyes can change size, or they have abnormally sized pupils.
Okay. It's pretty specific.
They want world domination.
Okay.
They come primarily from the constellation Draco,
Interesting.
but they may also come from systems like Sirius and Orion.
Okay.
They've been visiting Earth since ancient times and breeding with humans, which results in more lizard people and more humans with the potential to be lizard people.
Interesting. You think you could be a lizard person and not know you're a lizard person?
Oh, that's a good question.
I wonder.
In 2008, there was a Minnesota Senate race, and a man named Lucas Davenport created a national stir when he tabbed lizard people as his write-in vote.
Oh. Okay. I mean, it's
let's
not often
see.
that they get to vote, I assume.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was not Lady Gaga. It was other lizard people. Would be Barack Obama,
Okay.
Donald Rumsfeld,
Okay.
Madonna,
Right.
Katy Perry,
All right.
Angelina Jolie.
Okay.
Let's see. There's apparently they compile a list of who these lizard people are.
So far, none of these people fit the physical description that you just explained to me.
Yeah, but they can change their eye color.
It's muddying the water a little bit here.
Listen. I didn't come up with this theory. I'm just reporting it. Someone asked about it. I
gotcha.
Yeah. So. Oh, okay. Am I a lizard person? Possibly. Only you can know for sure. But hey, there are worse things you could be than a humanoid lizard with plans for world domination. That's pretty ambitious and admirable. Congratulations.
Okay. I mean, I don't have a desire for world domination, but maybe I'm like a lazy lizard person.
Well, what color are your eyes?
Blue.
Okay. I mean, none of those people that we listed had red hair or green eyes, so...
It's true. I do have an alarming number of body scars. Unexplained body scars. So, I mean, there's that.
That's bizarre.
Yeah. I just never worried about it too much.
You're just like, oh, I guess that's a thing now. Okay. I just have to find the post now. Because my cousin Ryan, had one that he wanted us to talk about, which is, ridiculous and...
Shout out to Ryan.
Yes.
What up, bro?
Shout out to my cousin Ryan.
He enjoys when people say, what up, bro, but...
Probably not. Well, I don't know. Maybe. And his request was about potato chip bags.
Okay.
And I
think I saw that. We're talking the air at the top of the potato chip bag. Why there's so much air. And not a lot of potato chip. Something along those lines. Don't know if that qualifies.
Just air.
I'm not sure that qualifies as a conspiracy theory. As opposed to a...
Yeah, but if...
frustrating...
all of the potato chip companies are doing it,
I mean,
Might that be a conspiracy in and of itself?
I'm pretty sure it's a cushion so the chips don't get crushed, but that's just.
I don't disagree with you, but listen, you never know. Maybe there's a mass conspiracy because you still get crushed chips at the bottom of the bag.
Oh, that's true.
So what is all that air for?
That's true. They're
Except to
only
cheat you out of chips.
protecting the top. What if the air isn't like regular air? What if it's some sort of mild poisonous like gas, and every time you open a bag of chips, the chip companies are slowly poisoning you, but the antidote is baked into the chips, so your body craves the antidote, which makes you want to eat more chips, which is why when you open a bag of chips you can't just eat one, you have to eat all of them so that your body will get enough antidote to fight off the poison that they just hit you with.
God damn it, that's a good one.
Genius.
Ryan, we've solved it.
I got your number, kettle chips. You dirty chip sons of bitches.
The worst offender? Wavy Lays.
Fucking wavy lays.
Like, you get that much in the bag of chips and that much air.
You know why? Because the wavy lays have less surface area. There's less antidote you can fit in each chip.
How do you figure there's less surface area? Those are bigger chips.
Yeah, but they're bigger chips.
Ridges.
Yeah, but they have ridges though. It's less surface. It's not flat. It's not flat. It's not concentrated surface area. You have gaps. And they break easier. I'm telling you. Poison and antidote in every bag.
That's amazing. I like that one. I'm going with it.
Boom.
I hope they don't sue us for that one.
I don't care.
Every potato chip company is going to come after us now.
Cease and desist.
Stop making up hoaxes about our chips.
Sorry, chips. You ain't getting me.
Okay. So then we have the moon landing.
I don't know what to say about that.
There are people out there that think that we did not land on the moon and that it was done on a soundstage. And that is why we haven't had any other successful moon landings.
I mean, if that's the case, then hey, good for them. You know, you fooled us all. You won the space race by a technicality.
So one of the things they said is the Apollo landing was fake because the mysterious reflections come from studio lights on a production set. But it's highly unlikely that NASA would make such an obvious blunder if they had spent millions to fake the moon landing.
I'd like to think that if we're discrediting NASA scientists, they're still pretty smart.
Hey, I'm not on board that one. That one I think is silly.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say I don't buy that.
I once said something about NASA to my dad, like just in passing, and it was totally benign, and my dad totally went off on me about don't you dare talk badly about NASA, they're doing good work. And I was like, whoa, dude.
Damn.
It's not like I said they faked the moon landing or anything.
Holy shit. The man was passionate about spaceflight.
Oh my god, my dad wanted to be an astronaut.
Nice.
He would never have made any. He would have never passed any of the physicals. But he had said, you know, I could have been an astronaut. It would have been a good job to have. But again, we go back to the Freemasons, and apparently they also had a part in faking the moon landing. So
fair enough.
There's that one.
They probably paid for the production value.
Yeah, yeah. So then we move on to these two coincide. They're a little bit different. Um, so what do you know about the flat Earth movement?
Ugh. I'm taking a moment to compose myself because, as a person who, let me preface this by saying I hope the next one not going to talk about is not going to be climate change, because I
No,
don't
no,
think I can
no,
handle that this evening.
no, no, no. It'll be Hollow Earth.
We can get into Hollow Earth. Let me take off my glasses here because I just I can't fathom that there are people in this world that think that if you go far enough in one direction, you will fall off the planet. I mean, I don't. It hurts my brain. It hurts my brain. And there's reputable, intelligent people that believe this.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Who are you
Some.
calling reputable and intelligent?
I feel like there are some somewhat. Well, they're not obviously. Let me step back a second. They're not that intelligent if they think the world is flat. But people that I
Shaquille O'Neal is a flat earther.
like, okay, let's be honest. Shaquille O'Neal, like, he's not a national treasure by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, the guy who made Shazam or whatever the hell the minute movie was, Iron Genie or whatever the fucking
No,
shit.
It was Shazam.
Shazam. The guy's not an intelligent human being, but the fact that he I would give him a little more credit than thinking the Earth is flat. Are you kidding me, Shaquille? Get your head out of your ass, your giant man ass.
So, all right, let me just back up before I get into,
It's
you
just so
know,
frustrating.
get into this. So, in October 2015, I was in Lower New York, um, and I was driving on the highway, and up next, coming up to the side of me, was a Kia Sedona, so one of those Kia minivans.
Okay. So it's clear
And
whoever's driving it already has made some poor life choices.
right, right. So, um, so this Kia has on all of the windows that like marker chalk, that you write on the windows.
Yes, chalk paint.
Yes, with Bible verses.
Gotcha.
And as it's passing me, I noticed that it does not have a license plate on the back.
Ooh, breaking the law.
It has a piece of cardboard with a website, which
Ooh.
I'm not going to do because when I went to the website again today, they're also like 9/11 conspiracy theorists and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, let's not give him
Um,
any traffic.
right. So I pass the guy and I look at my rear view, and he also does not have a license plate on the front of his vehicle.
Double breaking the law.
Again, same thing, cardboard with his website.
Okay, got it.
So I'm like, what the hell? So when I get home later that night, I remember the website and I go to it. And it is for the Flat Earth movement.
Okay.
And the man, he goes by Brother Ernest.
Oh, that's somebody I want to trust.
And he has a bunch of YouTube videos
Ooh.
about why the earth is flat.
Can you give me like the top 3 reasons here? What are the top 3
Oh,
supporting theories here?
okay, so I can give you the first one, which is that several continents see the sun and the moon at the same time, which proves that the earth is flat.
I'm rolling my eyes so
And
hard.
oh wait. And he uses Joshua 10:13 to to prove that with his, with that.
You
He
wouldn't
also thinks
you wouldn't happen to
what?
know what that verse is, would you?
Um,
I do not
I could
know off the top of my head what that
probably
is.
find it because he uses a lot of Bible verses,
Okay.
to prove it. Including, oh, this is good. Um, as Job 38:13 declares, even the wicked will be shaken off the very edges of the flat earth.
Okay.
Therefore, the earth cannot be a globe, or scripture is wrong.
Okay.
So, this version of the flat earth people
So,
are a religious movement.
okay. So the two options here, let me just clarify. Two options here are one, the earth is flat, or two, the Bible is not a factual, documented, historical piece of literature of events that happened exactly as stated. Those are my two options.
Those are your two options.
Okay. Just want to clarify.
So the globe is impossible. So it's impossible that it's a globe because the USA and Australia see the moon and the sun at the same time.
All I know is when Jesus gets back here, he's going to be pissed when he sees all these globes.
Oh,
Pissed.
well, yeah. So then, um, let's see. Ancient Hebrew conception of the earth, had, again, so the sky, and then we're like on a disc, basically.
Okay, wait, let me stop you there. Hold on. So we're talking about, you said ancient Hebrew conception, right?
Of the
Of the
universe.
earth. So these are people that were alive long enough ago.
Oh, wait, hold on. And so the ancient Hebrew Israelites, which were not Jews according to him.
These are people with no modern technology and no way of discerning any of this information. Claim.
Yes, they divided the world into heaven, earth, sea, and the underworld.
Okay.
They will offer $1,000 for proving that their theory is wrong using observable demonstrations. You will need to prove that the earth is a sphere or rotating. Oh yeah, also we don't rotate.
So basically all we need to do is get these people on a boat and continue east until we get from one point all the way around to that point again.
No. Okay, so here's the other thing, right? So if you send a weather balloon or a rocket up,
Okay.
You'll see using a non-fisheye lens that the horizon will continue as far as the camera can focus because the horizon is always flat, therefore the earth is flat.
Okay. But again, if you keep sailing in a certain direction and navigate, you would eventually come back to the same point. They're not willing to get on hop on a cruise ship. Like
Nope.
let's put them on a cruise ship. We'll wine them and dine them for.
Because again, it's flat. So we're on a disc. So it's a round disc. So you can circumnavigate and still get to the same point according to them.
No,
because the Earth doesn't rotate.
That's not how physics works.
The Earth doesn't rotate. We're flat. So water is constantly falling off the side.
I can't. I just.
Wait, it gets better though. They also don't believe that the sun is not 93 million miles away, and that the moon is not 238,900 miles away.
So it's what, like right up there?
They don't believe that. Yeah, because they can see the sun and the moon. Ever see the moon during the morning? This is when the moon can be seen by 5 different continents at the same time. When the moon is seen before 11 a.m. in the United States, it must have hurried around Australia, which is 14 hours ahead, and back above the United States after going down at 5:30 a.m. So you posit that the Earth rotated at a speed of no less than 9,000 miles per hour in just 3 hours. It takes the globe 12 hours at 1,000 mile per hour rotation to see the moon again. Why aren't there massive tsunamis when the Earth is this far out of sync? Wouldn't the tides be pulled by the Earth's rotation and the moon's weight? That's why there are no tidal waves in New York.
I can't.
I am gonna send you this link because you need to just.
I can't even. Oh my god.
Because I need for you to see this at your leisure, but I think you need to read some of this nonsense.
Give me a list of people, celebrities that believe this, please. I gotta know.
Actually, let's see. Well, so back in mid 2017, actually it was like 2016 because it was right after my father passed, because my cousins and my sister and I had talked about this right after my dad passed. So we're sitting around and I had mentioned something with the flat earth movement, and like we just went down a rabbit hole. Not long after that, the rapper B.O.B.
I can pretend to know who that is.
He did that song Airplanes.
Okay.
A couple years ago. It was a big
he's
hit.
Super popular now.
Oh yeah. Got into a Twitter war with Neil deGrasse Tyson because he's a flat earther. B.O.B., not Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I mean, I assumed there's no way Neil deGrasse Tyson would be a flat earther.
Let's see.
A man that spent his entire career and a fortune going to school to study astronomy. I'm pretty sure he's not a flat earther.
Lost my pen somewhere, like flung behind my head. Hold on, let me see. So I know that like Tila Tequila.
I mean, you're kind of making me feel better about this whole thing because everybody you've mentioned so far is like E-list celebrity status.
Yeah. Let's see. So, who else? Who is this? Some guy named Freddie Flintoff. I don't know who he is.
I don't know.
So like I said, Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
And wait. So his reason, for being a flat earther, is that he can drive from Florida to California all the time, and it's flat to me. I do not go up and down at the 360-degree angle and all that stuff about gravity. So he also doesn't believe that gravity is a thing. Also, they don't believe that gravity is a thing because there's no need for gravity, seeing as though we're, just floating around on a disc. He further said, wait, no, this is B.O.B. now.
I hate these people.
No matter how high in elevation you are, the horizon is always eye level.
Because he's been to space? I don't...
Oh, crap. I just closed it. Shit.
That's fine. I think I'm well outdone of this topic because these people are morons. I'm gonna make a bold statement right now. If you believe the Earth is flat, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. Please, just go be an idiot somewhere else. Oh my god.
Yeah. So Pastor Ernest was my entry into. Oh, and so I did some research on Pastor Ernest and watched some videos and whatnot, and because I was fascinated, and I showed some people at work, and Pastor Ernest also like lost custody of his kids at some point. Like the government
of course.
came, came and took his kids.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Such a moron. Oh my god, flat Earth.
I love it.
Idiots.
All right.
God, that took a turn
Um,
to the infuriating real fast.
okay. Then we have the Hollow Earth theory.
All right, last one.
No, no, I have two more.
Oh, okay.
I have the two celebrity ones.
Okay.
Actually, I have three celebrity ones. Um, okay, so the Hollow Earth theory, which is something I had never heard before, is basically that the Earth is hollow. That there's a
Okay.
whole other world beneath our own.
Okay.
Um, and it's filled with giants.
Mm-hmm.
Germans. The Nazis escaped into the Hollow Earth.
Okay. Escaped
And
inward.
escaped inward. They made a deal with the Hollow Earth people and got safe passage. So, like,
Okay.
Adolf Hitler is actually in the center of the Earth because our Earth is not a series of layers of crust and liquid magma surrounding a dense hot core,
Okay.
um, but rather there is an entire world inside of our world.
Okay.
It's empty space.
A la Jules Verne, if you will. Journey to the center
Sure.
of the earth.
Yes, basically.
Gotcha.
Um, so there was Edmund Halley, the Halley's comet, proposed in 1692, um, that as a way of explaining anomalous compass readings. He said that the planet is a series of nested spherical shells spinning in different directions, all surrounding a central core. And based on these readings, the model could account for any inaccuracies and posited that the space between each shell may have had luminous atmospheres capable of supporting life.
Okay.
Um, so that's a theory. It's actually one that I've never heard of before. But apparently, like, giants live in there.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, a la Jules Verne, Journey to the Center of the Earth.
I like it.
Okay. Um,
I
and
don't
also
I don't
like
buy it, but give him an A for it.
Dante's Inferno also posits that
Gotcha.
so there's some literature.
Okay.
Not necessarily saying I believe that nonsense.
No, absolutely
Um,
not. I don't buy it, but I'll give him an A for effort.
okay. And then apparently a lot of people believe it too. Same with like the lizard people.
Hmm.
Um, okay. So then moving on, I've got two like crazy out there ones. Also, I have another one. Do you watch John Oliver? You watch John Oliver.
I watch clips from his show after it's on.
Okay, so he's got this fantastic conspiracy theory that I am going to get on board with, which is that there is no Olsen twins.
Okay.
It's one person moving really fast back and forth.
Okay.
He's convinced and he thinks he's almost got them or got her.
Okay.
So I kind of like that one. I think that one's interesting. Um, and I'm going to make sure to tweet at John Oliver to let him know that I agree with his theory.
Okay. I'm
So
gonna.
there's only two Olsen sisters. There's Elizabeth,
Yep.
and then either Mary Kate or Ashley, or maybe her name is really like Mary Kate Ashley.
Okay.
So
All right. It makes
I'm down. I'm down for that one.
it makes me nervous that you are down for that, but okay. I'm a little
Okay.
skeptical
Um.
rather.
So here's one that is pretty dark. The last two are kind of dark,
Ooh, shoulda
but then I've got something light to like
shoulda let
brighten it
off
up.
with that, but okay.
Well, Lindsay Lohan.
Okay.
So there is a theory that she had an identical twin sister.
Right. I've heard this, and she killed her.
No. There was like a car accident. So right after they filmed The Parent Trap,
So you're saying
um,
when they filmed The Parent Trap, there was two of them,
yes, because I've seen Lindsay Lohan in a bunch of other stuff, and she's really not that good of an actor.
So you're saying the other sister was the one carrying that career?
No, I'm saying that she didn't play two roles. It was the two of
Oh,
them.
gotcha. She can handle one role at a time, is what you're saying.
Right. Right.
Two roles is too much. Two
Yes.
roles too many.
So, like, for her age and whatnot, like, everyone's like, oh, she's a phenomenal actor, blah, 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 because they said that, she's one girl playing two roles. But there is a theory that she had a sister by the name of Kelsey.
Okay.
And she was either mysteriously murdered right before the release of Parent Trap or sometime in 2001 when she's said to have mysteriously vanished.
Gotcha.
And so the theory is that she was murdered by Disney.
Okay.
Which I don't necessarily buy. I think there might have been a tragic car accident.
Okay.
And Disney didn't want to say, oh, we lost one of our leads, right before the movie came out. So they said, Lindsay, you are going to say that you did both roles. And we green screened it.
Okay, that sounds not fake at all.
And apparently, so there are pictures. Somebody posted a picture of two babies, Lindsay D and Kelsey Morgan Lohan. And they had noticeable facial differences. And when you do like a side by side, I guess, of now, unfortunately, the two pictures that they use side by side, like they're definitely they're different sized. So I don't really know if I buy that one. So apparently, following the success of The Parent Trap, Lindsay went on to star in other films, while Kelsey lived at a normal high school life. So there's also that theory that she just kind of disappeared.
Yet there's nobody that can come forward and definitively say, oh, hey, I went to high school with her.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
And then there's a video, apparently, where they reunited for a Disney World special in 2001.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then she mysteriously vanished. Disney began damage control by alleging Lindsay never had a twin, and her parents inherited millions in hush money.
Okay.
And it reaches a weird finale when you realize that Lindsay kind of played this out in her 2006 movie, I Know Who Killed Me.
I didn't know that movie existed, but
Okay, so it's really terrible. And it's a thriller about a girl pursuing her lost murdered twin. She finds out she finds out that she had a twin, and like she was a the one that's still alive was a stripper.
Okay.
And she's like injured, like her twin sister is murdered, and like the twins' parents find her.
Suffers from like a stripping accident or like a.
No, like she was murdered. I mean, not murdered. She was attacked.
Ah, gotcha.
And then come to find out that she was like, I think, seeing visions of like her sister's murder. Like, it's an insane movie.
I will take your word for it.
It's terrible. It was one of those I can't believe I sat and watched it. And so it's worth mentioning that much of the theory hinges on the supposed proof that the 90s simply didn't have the technology to make one person play twins as realistically as The Parent Trap suggests.
I'm gonna just say okay. I got nothing. I think that sounds kind of ridiculous.
I didn't write them. I just found them.
Okay. Last one.
Then Lady Gaga apparently murdered a woman and assumed her life.
Okay.
So there was a woman named Lena Morgana. Lady Gaga. Murdered her, stole her style, her music, and her fame, and we now know her as Lady Gaga. Apparently, there's a lot of evidence, according to these conspiracy theorists. In '07, a producer introduced Stephanie to Lena.
These are the
Steph-
same. These are the same people who claim she had male genitalia for a while. I just want to point that out.
oh, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, just want to point that out. Go ahead, keep going.
Okay. So Stephanie became Lena's co-writer and backup singer. And then let's see. Lena already had songs, music videos, and was signing to a major label and an MTV docuseries. Then on August 19th, 2008, Lady Gaga drops her debut album, The Fame. On October 4th, 2008, Lena Morgana, quotes, commits suicide by jumping from a building. So apparently this person who did this research on the very reputable website babe.net.
Babe.net.
Yes.
Okay.
Said that she did research and apparently Lena Morgana is a real or was a real person. So while Lady Gaga has never spoken about Morgana's death, Lena's mom, boyfriend, and even the producer have spoken out about Gaga copying Morgana. And then Lena's mom apparently even took it to the New York Post, and it was reported on by other outlets. But I couldn't find the New York Post link.
Mysterious.
But there's definitely some interesting similarities and changes in Lady Gaga's appearance. And then
I'm shaking my head.
I know it's insane.
Just shaking my head.
TMZ did a video about the whole thing.
Oh, you should have let off with that. Oh, God, TMZ is involved.
And then like Lena Morgana's aunt states that the family doesn't believe that her death was a suicide. They think there was foul play. It's implied that Lady Gaga straight up killed her. And then straight up. And then they use the paparazzi video.
Yes.
As proof. So on the newspaper that's shown in the paparazzi video,
yes,
it says Lady No More Gaga, which I guess sounds like Lena Morgana.
Gotcha.
Okay, then Lady Gaga depicts herself being pushed off a balcony in the paparazzi video. And then finally she commits suicide at the end of her paparazzi performance at like the VMAs or Grammys or something.
Okay.
So that's like the smoking gun revolved around Lady Gaga's conspiracy. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Sounds great.
Not at all.
No.
Well, what?
I've taken in all of this information that you've given me, and I've formulated, I think, what I feel is an overarching feeling about all of this.
Okay.
And that is, I think we should probably never discuss conspiracy theories again because they're all ridiculous.
I think we should revisit this every once in a while.
These are all so ridiculous. People, like, do yourself a favor. Just go watch Conspiracy Theory, the movie with Mel Gibson instead. Save yourself some time.
So, I was told by the Grand Sword Bearer.
Yes.
That there is a site, which can give you your own right-wing conspiracy using the last 4 digits of your phone number.
Oh, good.
So I Googled it, and it's a picture on Reddit, and so I did ours.
Oh, excellent.
So, using the last 4 digits of your phone number.
Of my phone number?
I did yours and I did mine.
Now they have my phone number. What the?
No, they don't.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm not giving the numbers. I'm just going to give you what the theory is.
All right.
So your conspiracy theory is that Huma Abedin is teaming with Democrats to begin white genocide.
I don't understand where I play into that.
That's your own personal conspiracy theory.
Oh, like I believe that?
Yes.
That's okay.
Okay.
I'll play along.
And mine is that
Yes.
the deep state is plotting with illegal voters to cover for Benghazi.
Oh, all right. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you have your reasons. Um, on that note, why don't we move on to something a little more lighthearted? Not that that wasn't lighthearted, but my brain hurts after that episode. But I'm glad you did all the research and all the work, and I hope people enjoy our delve into conspiracy theories.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So what else you got?
So I would like to do a recommendation.
Okay. Please do.
I have a couple recs actually. So the first is a documentary, and it goes along with conspiracy theories.
Okay.
It's called Tickled.
Tickled.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you have HBO, you can stream it on like their site or on HBO Go.
Okay.
And I'll just read you the description. I've watched it, and it's absolutely it is a ride.
A good ride or a bad ride?
I have never sat watching watching something like this and simultaneously cringing and yelling at the TV and being really uncomfortable. But it's so good. It's so worth the hour and a half.
All right, gotcha. Go ahead. So it's only one deal, one time.
Yes, it's an hour and a half long.
Okay.
And actually, The Dollop, which is one of my favorite podcasts,
yes,
they actually did an episode on what this topic is about.
Okay.
So the description: after stumbling upon a bizarre competitive endurance tickling video online, wherein young men are paid to be tied up and tickled. This pop culture reporter, he's from New Zealand, I believe, David Ferrier, reaches out to request a story from the company behind it. Delving deeper, he encounters fierce resistance, and the more he investigates, the stranger it gets, leading to the discovery of decades of abuse. Compelling and disturbing, Tickled illustrates the damage that can result from wealth, privilege, and an obsession with power and control.
That all revolve around tickling.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. I feel super uncomfortable just talking about it.
Oh man. I'm telling you right now.
It's a documentary?
It's a documentary.
It's not a docudrama.
No. It is a documentary. It is...
Okay.
And there's a follow-up. And I don't know if it's still there. I'm looking to see. And it's called, like, The Tickle King.
Oh, boy.
And it's about this person that they investigate and, like, go down the rabbit hole with the competitive endurance tickling.
Competitive endurance tickling.
Yes.
Okay, that's so disturbing.
I'm telling you, I watched it. I watched it, I don't know, like 6-8 months ago. And I posted something about it on Facebook, and one of my coworkers watched it that night, and I like stopped by her office the next day, and she was like, it was so uncomfortable. Yeah, and it was just, I'm telling you, Jay, you need to watch it. You need to sit down.
I don't know if I can. That's so bizarre.
It's bizarre and it's uncomfortable, but it's such a ride. It really, really is.
Dear
such
Lord.
a ride.
All right, so that's one. So what else you got?
Okay. So, like I mentioned, I've been really sick last week. And I don't think I've ever mentioned, maybe to you, but I don't think I've ever mentioned my obsession with hobby horse competitions.
Oh, Yeah, the equestrian thing, but they use like horses on a stick.
Yes,
Okay, you're obsessed with those.
I am. I'm obsessed with them. I think they are amazing
I'll
and
tell you what, the
ridiculous.
worst part of those competitions is cleaning up after those horses because they just crap everywhere. Everywhere.
um, and I actually got to see one in person.
Oh my, you went to one of these things?
No, no, I stumbled upon it. EJ and I we were out and about one day, and there was like a local fair, um, and he's like, let's just go, and I said, okay, fine, because we have like
Because
tons of
who,
fairgrounds.
cause who doesn't go to the fair when you see a fair? I mean,
Well,
come
yeah,
on.
we have like tons of fairgrounds up around where we live.
Okay.
So we decided to go to like this fair that's held every year, and we're walking around, and it's really rinky dink, and we're just like, whatever, we're gonna just go. And as we're turning the corner, there is a man on a microphone cheering this child on as they were doing obstacles with hobby horses.
Gotcha.
So, like a creep, we stood and watched, and I videotaped a segment to send to my cousin Ryan, the chip bag guy, who
Fant-
also who also has a thing about hobby horses.
let me stop you there. We're talking about your cousin Ryan, the gentleman who suggested the theory about chip bags.
Yes.
Okay, because when you say it real fast, it sounds like you called him a shit bag guy. So I just want to clarify that.
Chip bag.
I'm not calling him a shit bag. We're talking about potato chip bags.
Yes, yes. My cousin Ryan and I have very similar senses of humor. And I had introduced him to hobby horses, and the competitive world of hobby horses.
Unbelievable.
Back in like July. So this had to be like late July, early August when I stumbled upon this, and I sent them a video, and I was like, "They're real. Like this is a real thing." And
I mean,
little kids are doing
I've
it.
seen the one video. There's like one video I've seen it on Facebook.
Yeah.
It pops up from time to time, and I like to pretend that it doesn't actually exist, but I know it does.
Oh, I think it's spectacular. I think it's hysterical. So that's just the thing that makes me happy, and the reason that it makes me happy, and the reason that I'm even mentioning it is because I stumbled upon this series on Netflix, on Monday, um, and it's called Baby Ballroom,
Okay.
and it is a British TV show, and it follows competitive ballroom dancing,
Okay.
but they're children.
Okay.
Um, and they kept showing competitions where some of these little boys would be in like a single event where they would just dance by themselves.
Like no partner?
I sent you a video.
I think, yeah, okay, yeah. Yep. I didn't know what it was. I was like, what the hell is this?
um, and so like you have the traditional partner dances, and like they score and stuff like that, but they also have singles. And part of the reason, and this is what I love, part of the reason that like they have these singles is because boys are so scarce, like young boys are so scarce in ballroom dancing, and so it's a way for them to peacock and show off,
Oh.
and find girls that are interested in them, because boys get like the pick of whatever girls they want for ballroom dancing because there's so few young men.
Dear Lord. I've been doing it wrong all my life. Unbelievable.
So like, but the singles is so weird because it's just them like holding their arms in like awkward positions and dancing around in circles, and it just reminded me of like hobby horse riding for some reason.
Unbelievable. There are some.
So you have to check it out. It's Well, Sharon has already said that she's on board and is gonna watch it.
All right, so I might have to watch it. But check it out, people.
So it's Baby Ballroom.
I only have one recommendation for this week. I've only watched the first episode, but I watched the first episode of speaking of Netflix, Altered Carbon, because everybody's been raving about it. And the first episode was very good. It's very intriguing. The premise is sort of like a cloning type thing. So you have this like disc that's implanted in your neck, and when you die, you can have your disc implanted into what's called a skin. So it's not like your body. They have like extra bodies, extra skins, if you will, and they can like put your consciousness into a new skin. And it's interesting. It's very futuristic. The guy that you're following was like in deep sleep or something. It was like a prison sentence. You get, as you're sentenced to prison, you're like put into this. Your chip is like put into a stasis. It was like put into a stasis for like 250 years or something crazy like that. But it's interesting. Like I said, I've only gotten one episode into it, but it seems good. Everybody's raving about it, so I'm gonna continue on.
Yes, one of our mutual friends was raving about it the other day.
Yes. So I'm gonna give it a good shot, and we'll see how it goes. But other than that, I got nothing else.
Okay.
So.
Well, I think I've talked for quite a bit this evening.
We did. This was a lengthy episode. It was like a bonus episode. Bonus length episode. Well, as always, we want to thank you for listening. If you're looking to comment or rate or review us, you can do that on iTunes. That would be fantastic.
Yes, please rate and review. That actually helps us out a lot.
Please. You can find us on Twitter, ANJ Have No Ideas, or our Facebook page, April and J Have No Ideas. Again, we're on iTunes, Google Play Store, our website, aprilandj.libsyn.com. But yeah, if you're enjoying it, shoot us a message. Give us ideas for future episodes, what you want to hear. I laugh because people always like our posts and stuff, but comment. People, come on, throw in your 2 cents.
Because we really have no ideas.
Start a conversation. We're never going to get famous if you don't help us out. Everybody gets
we need to get that YouTube money.
Everybody gets $1 if we hit, I don't know, a lot.
Yeah, let's not make those kind of promises.
All right. Nobody gets anything, but you can comment anyway. Make you feel good. Give us some ideas. So, on that note...
Well, I've been April.
I've been Jay.
And, so that was an idea.
That was an idea. We got some help with it. So, it was a theory.
Yeah.
Lots of theories.